This video can be a powerful tool to offer comfort and guidance to those going through grief, showing that it's possible to find light even in the darkest moments. Losing someone we love is one of the most painful experiences we can face in life. The pain of loss is profound and often feels unbearable. And along with the sadness comes a feeling that can be even more overwhelming: guilt. Thoughts like "I could have done more," "I should have said this," or "why didn't I do that?" can consume us, turning grief into endless pain. These thoughts are common, but they can become an emotional trap, preventing us from moving forward. Guilt, when not addressed, can keep us stuck in the past, reliving moments that cannot be changed. It's important to understand that guilt is a natural emotion in the grieving process, but it does not define who you are or how much you loved that person. The love you felt is real, and the pain you feel now is a reflection of that love. However, it's crucial not to feed this feeling of guilt, as it can prolong the pain and prevent you from finding peace. The journey of grief is unique for each person, and there is no right or wrong way to experience it. What matters is finding healthy ways to cope with the pain and, gradually, allowing healing to happen. But know that you are not alone. Guilt is a common emotion in the grieving process, and it does not define who you are or how much you loved that person. Many people who experience a significant loss go through similar feelings, and this does not mean you failed in any way. Guilt can arise for various reasons. Perhaps you feel you didn't do enough to help the person who passed, or that you didn't express your love the way you wanted to. These thoughts are natural, but it's important to remember that no one is perfect, and we all do the best we can with the resources we have at any given moment. The key is not to let these feelings dominate you, as they can become a barrier to emotional healing. Instead of blaming yourself, try to focus on the positive memories you shared with the person who passed. Remember that the love you shared is real and eternal, and that guilt does not erase the meaning of those moments. You deserve peace, and honoring the memory of the departed also means taking care of yourself. Here are some tips to help you cope with guilt and shorten the pain of grief. Allow yourself to feel. Don't try to ignore or suppress your emotions. Crying, feeling anger or sadness is part of the process. Grief is a complex emotional journey, and it's normal to experience a range of feelings along the way. Allowing yourself to feel these emotions is an important step toward healing. When we try to suppress or ignore our emotions, they can build up and manifest in more harmful ways in the future. So, give yourself permission to cry, to feel angry, to question, and even to feel relief, if that's the case. All these emotions are valid and part of the grieving process. Remember that there is no timeline for grief, and each person experiences it uniquely. What's important is to respect your own feelings and allow them to flow naturally. Talk about how you feel. Share your thoughts with someone you trust. Sometimes, putting guilt into words can help you realize that it's not fair or realistic. Talking about your feelings can be extremely therapeutic, especially when dealing with guilt. By sharing your concerns with someone you trust, you can gain a new perspective on the situation. Often, we find that the guilt we carry is based on unrealistic expectations or a distorted view of events. A friend, family member, or therapist can help you see things in a more balanced and compassionate way. Additionally, sharing your pain can help you feel less isolated. Grief can be a lonely experience, but you don't have to face it alone. Finding someone willing to listen and offer support can make a big difference in your healing process. Write a letter. If you feel there's something left unsaid, write a letter to the person who passed. This can bring relief and help organize your feelings. Writing can be a powerful tool for processing difficult emotions. When we write, we have the opportunity to express our thoughts and feelings clearly and honestly, without fear of judgment. Writing a letter to the person who passed can be a way to close unfinished business or express feelings that were left unspoken in life. You can write about what you miss, what you learned from that person, or even ask for forgiveness for things you believe you did wrong. This letter doesn't need to be sent or shared with anyone. The simple act of writing can be deeply healing. By putting your emotions on paper, you can gain clarity and find a sense of peace. Practice self-forgiveness. Remember that you did the best you could with the resources you had at that time. Be empathetic with yourself. No one is perfect, and life is full of uncertainties. Stop condemning yourself. Self-forgiveness is an essential part of the healing process, especially when dealing with guilt. It's easy to blame ourselves for things that, in hindsight, we think we could have done differently. However, it's important to remember that you acted with the information and resources you had at that moment. Life is unpredictable, and we all make mistakes. Instead of focusing on what you should have done, try to focus on what you did best. Practice self-compassion, treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a dear friend. Remember that you are human, and it's normal to make mistakes. Self-forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or minimizing what happened, but rather acknowledging that you did the best you could at that time. Honor the memory. Do something that celebrates the life of the person who passed. It could be planting a tree, creating a photo album, if you're someone who can comfortably look at photos of the loved one, or making a donation in their name. This helps transform the pain into something meaningful. Honoring the memory of the departed can be a powerful way to cope with the pain and find a sense of purpose. When we celebrate someone's life, we're acknowledging the impact that person had on our lives and the world around them. This can help turn pain into something positive and meaningful. For example, planting a tree in honor of the person who passed can symbolize continued growth and life. Creating a photo album can help you relive happy memories and keep their memory alive. Making a donation in their name can be a way to continue their legacy and help others. These actions not only honor the memory of the departed, but also help you find a sense of peace and purpose. Seek professional support. If the guilt or pain feels unbearable, don't hesitate to reach out to a psychologist or therapist. They can help you navigate these feelings in a healthy way. Grief can be an overwhelming experience, and sometimes we need professional help to cope with it. A psychologist or therapist can provide a safe space for you to explore your feelings and work through guilt and pain. They can offer tools and strategies to help you manage difficult emotions and find a path to healing. Additionally, therapy can help you better understand the thought patterns that contribute to guilt and pain, allowing you to transform them into healthier, more compassionate thoughts. There's no shame in seeking help. In fact, it's a sign of strength and self-care. Remember, you don't have to face this journey alone. Remember, grief doesn't have a fixed timeline, but its duration can be shortened. It's also possible to find comfort and move forward without carrying the weight of guilt. You deserve peace, and honoring the memory of the departed also means taking care of yourself. The love you feel for that person will always be with you. And, little by little, the pain will turn into longing, and the longing into gratitude for having had the chance to share such special moments. You're not alone in this journey. If you need help, don't hesitate to seek support. You matter. And remember, pain is inevitable, but it won't last forever. Everything has a beginning and an end. So does grief. Rest assured, there will come a time when this pain will no longer exist, and only the good memories will remain. The pain will no longer be there. Time heals all wounds. There is a time for grief, but it can be shortened. It depends on how each person reacts. Connecting with others who are grieving through support groups is very important, because there will always be someone stronger to lift you up. Another way is through reading or watching stories on YouTube of people who have overcome losses that seemed like endless pain. This video can be a powerful tool to offer comfort and guidance to those going through grief, showing that it's possible to find light even in the darkest moments. Like and share to help more and more people who are going through this pain right now.